We can continue this all day. I also will add you to the case if you want to continue this. This needs to be dismissed today. Today.
Well, let's go ahead and proceed because it's not going to be dismissed today. Good morning to you, sir.
Your Honor, I'm going to represent myself in this matter. And for the record, my name is Grayson Bay.
All right. City of Detroit versus Javar, Grayson Bay. Your offer, sir, is a $240 fine, failure to display, and a seatbelt ticket.
Welcome back, guys. So get this, today's courtroom circus features yet another self-proclaimed sovereign citizen who walks in acting like the Constitution personally gave him a permission slip to ignore every law on the books. And instead of just sitting down and answering basic questions, he goes full delusional and threatens the judge like it's some kind of WWE promo. I mean, where do these people even come from, and why do they all talk like they've memorized a legal dictionary backwards? Fun fact, judges don't exactly take kindly to being threatened, especially when they're holding the power to toss you in jail on the spot. Should courts even entertain these rants, or are we just giving them free airtime to audition for TikTok? Let's dive in.
You pay those, we'll close the other matters out. That will abstract to the Secretary of State. And then the seatbelt ticket is $65. So $240, $65. We'll close the matters out. That'll be a failure to display. It will abstract, but it won't carry any points. And today is the date and time set for a trial.
Your Honor, today was supposed to be set for trial, and I don't consent to any of this.
Okay, it is set for trial. I just gave you your offer so that you can you go in? Okay, there. I just gave you your offer so you could.
I'm not accepting that. I won't accept that offer.
Mr. Corporal Ambrose, can you put your appearance on the record, please?
Good morning, Corporal Brian Ambrose, Detroit Police Department, Badge 415.
This guy pulled up to court acting like he's the manager of the courtroom, just casually denying reality like it's a customer service call he didn't ask for. He's out here saying stuff like, I don't consent, while literally standing in front of a judge. Like, bro, you're not at Coachella, you're in court. That's like telling gravity you don't believe in it while falling down the stairs. At some point, you've got to wonder if these folks are trolling, or if they genuinely think legal systems run on vibes and conspiracy theories.
Good morning to you. Okay, let's go. Are you ready to proceed, Corporal Ambrose?
Yeah.
Your Honor, I would object to holding this trial. I believe he stated that he's a different person. We have a ticket for a Mr. Javar Grayson. Grayson Bay is an entirely different person. We don't have jurisdiction over. We don't have a case over. I would object to holding that trial.
I'm going to deny the objection. He just said he's Grayson Bay, just, I don't think he's objecting to the fact
I object to that, Your Honor. I'm objecting, and I also questioning jurisdiction.
Okay. Well, I'm denying your motion about jurisdiction, sir. The court has jurisdiction over you, so are you ready to proceed, Mr. Grayson Bay?
No, I'm not. I object to anything that you call yourself doing. Also, I like to add that I sent this.
This guy marched into court like he just unlocked a new level of legal wisdom from a Reddit thread. He's tossing around phrases like no contract, no jurisdiction, while the judge is just sitting there blinking in disbelief. It's like watching someone argue with a traffic light because they don't recognize its authority. Bro, you're still getting the ticket.
Brian and Brochure, I sent him a COL. It's a cut-off law form. I warned him about this situation. This process is also in Wayne County. He's being sued. We can continue this all day. I also will add you to the case if you want to continue this. This needs to be dismissed today. Today. And I will see Brian Ambrosius in 3 weeks in Wayne County.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and proceed because it's not going to be dismissed today. Okay.
Well,
so you can do what you want to do over in circuit court. then have your way. That is your right. I don't know
Thank
how
you.
you're proceeding in circuit court when you feel
Thank
that this court doesn't even have jurisdiction over you. So
you.
let's go ahead and proceed. Corporal Ambrose, you want to speak with them before we proceed, Ms. Snyder?
Sovereign citizens always show up like they're starring in some courtroom drama that only exists in their head. This guy really hit the judge with a drop the case or I'll sue you. Like that's gonna do anything besides speedrun his way into a holding cell. It's not bold, it's not smart, it's just legally suicidal with extra confidence.
Yes, Your Honor, and I do think we just need to clear up on the record that Your Honor has denied my motion to not have this matter heard today based on this defendant saying he is not the defendant before us. And also that defendant has agreed that he is not the defendant before us, but Your Honor is telling us to still do this trial. I need to make sure that's clear on the record.
Yeah, I don't think that he's denying that he's not Javar Grayson Bay. Are you denying that you're not Javar Grayson Bay, sir?
I am the living person, Grayson Bay, in living form.
Okay, so there it is.
an artificial.
However he wants to articulate it, we'll let him articulate that. He's Grayson Bay. He's Javar Grayson Bay. His mom gave him that name. I don't think that's any dispute. Okay, so
That name has a social
I think
security
this is
card
going to be
attached
pretty.
to it. It also
I
has
think it's going to be pretty quick, Ms. Snyder. I'll
Okay,
put you in the breakout room with Corporal Ambrose and put it that way. It is just an expired plate, a seatbelt ticket, no proof of insurance.
At this point, the judge needs to stop playing nice and hit this dude with a contempt charge before he starts handing out open mic flyers. The guy's treating the courtroom like it's amateur hour at a stand-up club, throwing shade and nonsense like he's got nothing else to lose except, you know, his freedom. It's wild he's still standing there acting like he's in charge when really he's just a few bad jokes away from being escorted out in handcuffs.
What is this other thing? Refuse to exhibit license and a false information ID. So just join the breakout room, have a conversation with Corporal Ambrose, and then we'll just hear it. And if he has a right to remain silent, he says he doesn't want to be represented by a lawyer, and you can just put your case on the record, and I'll have to make a decision based on that.
My supervisor has advised me to file an interlocutory appeal, Your Honor.
An interlocutory appeal on my motion, on your motion?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Or I suppose time to brief the issue, maybe on this record, or I'd leave in Your Honor's discretion.
Let's see does that interlocutory appeal, if that is,
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Are we back on the record for Grayson?
Yeah, let's go back on the record with Mr. Javar Grayson Bay. Now,
Things are already weird thanks to Captain Constitution over here, but now it's turning into a full-on power struggle between the prosecutor and Judge Perkins, and neither of them is here to play. The prosecutor's trying to throw the legal hammer like, let's just get this guy a warrant and move on, but the judge just straight up ignores it like, nah, I'm not letting this circus waste another second. It's kind of like watching two teachers argue over how to deal with the class clown while the clown's still doing cartwheels in the background.
There's that interlocutory appeal. I mean, I have to proceed. I mean, I got the discretion of whether I want to allow you to do that or not, or just proceed, and you can file your appeal. Correct? Give me the law on that. You're muted, Miss. You're muted, Miss Snyder.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. My supervisor's talking to me over the wall, so it's hard to hear two people at once.
Okay.
The court rule is, I think she might be coming back. It's MCR 7.205.
7.205, application for leave to appeal, and you said what was the citation? What were the other?
7. 7.212, but that's just saying the format for briefs.
I have 7.205 is application for leave to appeal, appeals to circuit court. 7.105. If the order appealed is interlocutory, setting forth facts showing how the appellant would suffer substantial harm by awaiting final judgment before taking an appeal.
We believe that the substantial harm that the people would suffer would be the defendant has already stated he's filing numerous lawsuits against the court, against the parties, against the officer. We believe we'd be giving him a golden parachute. It's just one more issue to add to his level of appeals. This is one issue that needs to be clarified. Of course, he will be found, I believe, through fingerprints to be either the person given that ticket or Javar Grayson, the person given the ticket, will be given a capias warrant and we can move on. But I do believe that this issue needs to be handled before we make a further record. I have a duty to mitigate the city's damages. And I believe that's what we're doing and what I was advised to do by my supervisor.
But how would the city be harmed at all if we proceed? What would be any harm for the city? Especially if you acknowledge the fact that you think that by fingerprints that would be Mr. Javar Grayson.
But Your Honor, what we think and what we can prove as a matter of the record and as the court of law is different. I do understand. I believe he's being frivolous. I think he is wasting the court's time. But I do think that as lawyers, as a court of law who do have to face appellate issues, this is something that we need to clear up on the record and have a clear record, such as a chain of custody of who Mr. Grayson is. I don't think it would take that long. Or we could solve this today with giving Javar Grayson a capias warrant and let Bay, whoever he may be, go on about his business. Either or. But I do think that having this trial over both of our objections is not the correct answer.
I just don't feel. I just don't feel.
You can't stand
one. I don't see any harm in proceeding. He's already indicated that he is Javar Grayson, except he wants to be acknowledged as Javar Grayson Bay, or he's the living. I don't know how he termed it. Person of Javar Grayson Bay. I don't think that, as a matter of fact, when Corporal Ambrose came in the room and introduced himself, I saw Mr. Grayson Bay sort of kind of had a look on his face. And to me, I took that look as he knows Corporal Ambrose. And there's no question. I haven't asked Corporal Ambrose is if this is the person that he pulled over, but I'll definitely let you ask Corporal Ambrose that. But I don't think that there is any sort of identity issue here. I think the issue comes into something that we've seen probably, I don't know how many times, and I'm sure we're going to see it more in the future. And I agree that those things are frivolous and they do not apply. So I don't see anywhere where we can't proceed with this. Not unless Corporal Ambrose says that to you and through you that this is not, I don't recognize this person that's here. And was this not the person that, or even if
Okay, this whole situation feels like watching two people argue over whether a fire exists while standing in flames. The judge is like, come on, we know it's him, let's just keep it moving, and the prosecutor's waving their arms like, cool, but if we don't dot the I's, this dude's gonna moonwalk out on appeal. It's wild that the biggest plot twist in this case might be whether they remembered to ask the legal version of, can I see some ID?
If there was, I would even allow Mr. Grayson Bay to put on a identity defense and say that wasn't me. He did that wasn't the defense. I don't know what his defense is going to be.
Your Honor, may I?
No, you can't. No, you can't. No. When I ask you to, when I want you to speak,
no
I'll allow
problem.
you to speak. I'm going to give you that opportunity.
No problem.
So to settle this matter about your objection, it's like if the court rules bound me not to proceed because you wanted an interlocutory appeal, then that would be the court rules would bind me to do so. But I don't know of a court rule that's going to bind me not to appeal. And I just don't see in what harm it will be to any other parties, the defense or the city, by us proceeding in this fashion. I understand he's got cases over in circuit court. He may have cases over in federal court. I don't know. But here again, we're here. The parties are present, and I'm satisfied at least that that's the Mr. Javar Grayson Bay, that the person, we have the right person here in court today. So I'll let you make a last minute record, Ms. Snyder.
Can I just have one? My supervisor walked away. Can I have 1 second to go talk to her?
Yes. Now you can. Let's see if you want to. If Mr. Grayson has anything, I'm gonna allow him an opportunity to speak so you can hear what he has to say. Go ahead, Mr. Grayson Bay.
Your Honor, I sent you a declaration of notice stating who I am and the fraud, Javar Grayson. I sent you the paperwork. This was over 3 or 4 months ago. I'm pretty sure you have plenty of time to read and understand the situation. And that, like I said, again, that is my declaration of notice. You should have that in the file as we speak.
Anything further?
And I object to this. And again, your court system has no jurisdiction over it.
What is your, give me a point to a court rule or put your legal objection on the record. What is your objection?
At this point, it feels like sovereign citizens are speedrunning how fast they can turn a courtroom into pure chaos, and nobody's hitting the brakes. Judge Perkins is just letting it ride like he's watching a live episode of Courtroom Cringe instead of shutting it down. Honestly, if someone doesn't step in soon, we're gonna need popcorn and a laugh track just to get through these hearings.
My objection is jurisdiction.
Okay, I deny that objection. All right, go ahead, Ms. Snyder. We'll pass the matter. We'll allow you to speak with your supervisor. All right, let's go back on the record with Mr. Grayson Bay. Are you there, Mr. Grayson Bay?
Yes, I am.
What I will do, listen, Ms. Snyder, let's go back on the record with Ms. Grayson. What I will do is I will pass this matter and I will reset this trial date for an in-person, because I think this is one that needs to be in person. We can't, it's been some stuff that Mr. Grayson Bay has said that he has filed with this court. He says he sent me some stuff. I don't have that in front of me. There's it in the file. And this one seems like it's going to necessitate some, it's going to necessitate a trial, and I think that this one is best to be done in person. So what I will do is I will reset this trial date. That will give me an opportunity, one, to get the documents that, if they exist, that Mr. Grayson Bay has said that he has filed with this court. And then two, that will have both of the parties here in person. All right, so I'm going to reset this matter for a January 9th in-person trial date. Now that is going to do. Now let me ask you this, sir. You understand you have a right to a trial by jury, correct? Mr. Grayson Bay?
I'm just challenging jurisdiction. Also, for the record, I sent Detroit Police Department 12th Precinct a declaration of notice. I also sent them a COL, which is a color of law.
Listen, Mr. Grayson Bay. Listen, Mr. Grayson Bay. I don't care about that stuff. All I care about is what's here before me right now.
Okay, did you get the declaration of notice?
I don't, if I did, it's not in the file. I'm not gonna say I didn't.
Okay, I'll send you another copy.
Let's make this a jury trial too.
I send you a copy. No, it's not a jury trial.
No,
You have the situation in your hands. No jury trial. You have the situation in your hands. Make a decision today, Your Honor. Make a decision.
I don't know why you made it.
Can I have a breakout room with Mr. Grayson?
No, it's not gonna be a breakout room with him. Let's get him a jury trial date.
Oh, jury trial.
Yes. Let's just go ahead and he's not running this show.
I haven't Judge Carpenter.
Okay.
This man is basically building the prosecution's case for them in real time. It's like watching someone light their own defense on fire just to prove a point. He's talking himself into a deeper mess with every single word. Like he thinks courtroom strategy means making the jury laugh at you. If this goes to trial, I wouldn't be surprised if the jury reaches a verdict before lunch.
Do you have somebody like you want to assign to this case?
Not necessarily. I mean, anybody can, I'm sure, handle it.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you, Judge.
Yeah, let's get it.
If Miss, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking, let's go off the record. Miss Harris, do you want the case of Gomez Lopez?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
I can't hear him on
No, it's not. We're not talking about your case. We're off the record with your case. We get a jury trial date. Let a jury of his peers make the determination.
And I think we'll clean up the record issue within the person.
Judge, let me know when you're ready for the date.
All right, let's get a jury trial date. Tuesday, December the 5th, jury trial.
Don't get it.
Let's not schedule anything else on that day.
Okay.
Tuesday, December the 5th, 9 a.m. we will do. As far as motions are concerned, I'm going to set some motion dates.
Cover his ass.
So, what was that comment, sir? Mr. Grayson Bay?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Was that comment?
No comment. Listening. Let's go.
All right. Let's set a motion date for November the 10th. That's when Mr. Grayson.
That's Veterans Day observed.
Okay, good. Let's set motion due. Well, the motion will be due by motions due by November the 9th. That's for both parties. The responses to the motions will be by November the 17th, and we will set a final pretrial date a day before on December the 4th, 2023. So technically, you'll have a court date that can be, it could be on Zoom for the final pretrial date of December 4th. If there hasn't any resolution, I'll get my ruling on the motions on that date. And then we'll set the jury trial date for December the 5th, 2023 at 9 a.m. All right? You got that, Mr. Grayson Bay?
No, you gave me 10 dates, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a declaration of notice.
I did not give you 10 dates.
I count, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I got December the 5th, December the 4th. I got November the 9th. I got also November the 17th for a response. That's 1, 2. That's like what, 5?
And just like that, we've witnessed another episode of how to lose a case in 10 sentences or less. It's like these sovereign citizens walking into court thinking they've unlocked some secret boss level, but all they're really doing is speedrunning a guilty verdict. The legal system isn't a choose your own adventure book. You don't get to skip the rules just because you don't like them. But anyways, I want to hear what you think. Was this guy just clueless or on a mission to embarrass himself? If you're into this kind of courtroom chaos, go ahead and like the video, hit subscribe, and stick around. I drop new videos every single day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.